Hello everyone. This is my experience with the bot crisis. As you see here, this was the first game of the day that I had played, and it was Venice Payload, which seems to be rife with bots in my experience. Here we see Franbon20 trying to kick the Man of Sex. I did not realize, well, I should have, but my brain immediately saw vote kick, press F1. That's kind of how the bot crisis has affected me up to this point. I kind of instinctually go for F1, so I didn't quite realize who was calling the vote either, unfortunately. And here we see the bots trying to kick another bot. I mean, they probably only recognize other bots on their network, or, you know, from the same poster. But FixTF2 and I Am Your Death are both bots, as you can see in the chat there. Yeah, I was auto-balanced to red after dying to FixTF2, so I kind of ran after this, who I assume is a real person, because they're not spamming in chat, obviously. And I just ducked in there for a second to, I don't know why, but Egg Consumer, I believe, was a real person, so I voted no to kicking them. And the voice bubble there, I was kind of saying, hey, these are kick bots, you know? So, yeah. I was continuously checking the player list for, you know, who, like, how many bots, who was a bots, and here we are. I was killed by Franbon20 and I Am Your Death. Not big surprise. And that's kind of the end of this clip. So we transition into a game. So we had played a game of Two Fort. I had played a game of Two Fort between those two clips. And this one came after basically everyone I was playing with left. So the bots flooded the server. We were on Double Cross, and I know it's a little bit boring, but I feel it's important to sit and seal this, because it basically puts you into the shoes of a player sitting here watching how these bots are treating our beloved game. And I mean, Blue was very lucky. My team was very lucky when it came to the bots on this match. Red wasn't. You'll kind of see as that goes on throughout, so I will just let you guys watch for a few minutes, and I'll interject again once I feel it's needed. again, obviously, I'm constantly looking at the names of who's on red, who's the bot, who is possibly the real people. And at this moment, I believe there is only one real person on red, and that was it. Um, it's sort of disheartening to see this game in the state that it is. But, I mean, so many more people have done a better job talking about it thus far. So, yeah. I tried my best to kick as many of the blue bots as I could because admittedly I did not want to give up on this server despite how overrun it was at the time. I did not want to give up on it. And I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I'm just naive, but it really sucked being in this game and knowing the folks on red couldn't do anything because when these bots are together like this in one place, they will back each other up in the way that they will, whenever one bot calls a vote, the others will automatically go F1, kick the real person. And that's kind of how a lot of these bots take over servers like this. So the red team at this point completely taken over with the bots. Which was horrifying to see. It was basically a game of man versus machine at this point. So it was not fun, but this needs to be shown because I don't think it'll really hit home if you don't see the brunt of this. Because most people in the mainstream, the people who can help us make a stink, because at the end of the day, I feel we need as much help as we can to get Valve to care. So if somehow you come across this video and you don't quite know what the issue is with TF2, this is the issue. The bots, the constant bots. And it's been like this for the last 5 years. The last Save TF2 movement was a failure. That everyone can agree on. Which sucks. Because Valve spoke. They said, we can do it. Or they said, we hear you. And we love the game as much as you do. And the community kind of thought, well, that must mean they're going to do something. But they didn't do anything. They did nothing. And, I mean, people say it got a little bit better after. But at this point in time, it's about the place where it was before the original movement. And as I said before, this just kind of sucks. because I adore Team Fortress 2 with all my heart. I've been hyper-fixated on it for the last March, April, May. Oh goodness. It's been 3 months at this point. Just constant hyperfixation. So I really love this game. And I just want to see it not go down this route. And I feel that if this does not work, if FixTF2 doesn't work, what might end up happening is other Valve games ending up like this. Because this isn't just a Team Fortress 2 issue. This is a Valve issue. Valve anti-cheat does not work. I know the CS2 community, Counter-Strike 2, were having issues with bots for basically most of 2024, or I can't quite remember. I didn't really follow the release of Counter-Strike 2, but I remember hearing throughout 2024 Counter-Strike 2 was having a bot issue. So it's not just the original source. It's not just TF2. It's all of Valve's games. They're kinda not giving us a lot to work with here. Any of their games. And we just want a functioning anti-cheat at this point. That's all we want. So I hope maybe it'll, happen. Because that's all we can do is hope. But yeah, I'll let you guys watch more of the clip and I will interject again more towards the end because there will be a little more to explain. I began to panic here because I knew I would auto balance. I was going to be stuck with the bots. And at that point, I could not fight them anymore. Because, well, you'll see why. They like to kick any human player that's on their team. And I know it was just a matter of time. And I had not wanted to give up on this server the entire time. I wanted to stay for the real people that were joining. Because when you queue a casual, well, this is an empty server, a lot of people are probably going to be stuck here. And I did not want to give up. But things were out of my control at this point. And I say here, I can't fight the bots on my own. Because I was the only human on the team. And this is where they called the vote, and I was kicked. And I felt so hopeless after this. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was educational.